The ride in was absolutely crazy. You saw from those clips, through 8,000 foot mountains with thousands of more feet above you. But we've made it here to Kazbegi. It was a recommended place, saying it's some of the most beautiful views in all of Georgia, and from what I see so far, they do not disappoint. This is just the view from getting off the bus stop. Snow-capped mountains in every single direction. A monastery up there. Pretty wild. So we're gonna try to find a guest house or a hostel now, and keep moving. Just checked into the guest house. It was 100 Georgian for 2 nights, so I think that's about $16 per night for the biggest room they had, 3 beds in it. But this view is priceless. Right out the window, down in the valley. Pretty amazing stuff. Gonna get settled in and then go explore the town a little bit more. Probably exchange some more money and get some food. Monastery up there. I don't think the pictures do it justice. So beautiful. Finally out of the house, exploring Kazbegi. The gentleman from the guest house gave us a recommendation. He said it was his favorite restaurant. I hope he wasn't lying to us. We're gonna go check that out. Get some good Georgian food. I'm really excited. I'm still hungry. It's 3:30 p.m. and we haven't touched any food yet today, so good ride in. A little bit scary, scenic for sure, but very exciting now to explore this village here and get our plans going for tomorrow to get into the mountains. Maybe rent some hiking gear, or maybe just a tour or whatever's most fitting for us. But nonetheless, it's gonna be an adventure. Cheers, let's do it. Some Georgian bread, cheese and potatoes. Let's check it out. I'm not exactly sure what this is called, but it's the kind of like Georgian pancaker bread with cheese and potatoes. And at this restaurant too, we got some friendly visitors. I think they're just trying to steal the food though. That with some warm hibiscus tea. Beautiful. And these views are just unbeatable here still. Mountains behind, mountains on all sides. Some Georgian style kebab as well. A little smaller than I would have liked, but nonetheless, we'll dig in. Food was delicious. Smaller portions, but all good. That's probably better for me anyways. But now, walking back past this park, kind of on the main drag here where all the bus stops are, the grocery store and everything. I think we gotta figure out activities for tomorrow, whether it be hiking, a tour, something else, see what there is to offer. Get some snacks maybe to bring back to the guest house, and then possibly some Georgian wine. We'll see, but any of those 3 would all be great. So let's see where the road takes us. On the walk back, we tried to go into the travel agency to see what they had, but unfortunately it was closed today. I'm not sure if that's the only one in this village. It could be, but we'll have to see. But there's also this big statue of the name I cannot read because it's in Georgian, but maybe some leader or sorts from this village. Here's a view of the monastery I was talking about. You can see the massive mountain behind it. And yeah, the gentleman said it's about a 3-hour hike up, so we'll either do that tomorrow or the next day, weather permitting, but really excited. We bumped into the gentleman from the restaurant on the street, and he gave us his phone number and told us to call him. He'd arrange if we wanted to see the further away near the Russian border, the waterfalls, that kind of thing, which we definitely do. So right when we get back now, we'll message him and set that up for maybe tomorrow or the next day. And not tonight because it's almost dark, but in the meantime, tomorrow we will get ready to hike the 2 peaks with the 2 monasteries, one being this way, and you can't see the other one, it's on the other side, but 2 incredible locations. So that's kind of our plan right now, trying to make our way back to the hostel. And yeah, we're this way, sorry about that. But making our way, trying to find back to the hostel now. Got some snacks, some drinks. I think we're just gonna take in the vibes, take in the nature, really appreciate it, and kind of regroup. Underratedly 5-hour bus ride, kind of a longer day on the road, so we need it. We got some of the local drink, and I know they make wine at the guest house, so we'll probably try some of that as well. But let's get back, let's get settled in and see what's next. Little grocery store haul on the way back. We started feeling rain, so we thought we should load up on some snacks and drinks just in case we're stuck inside. Woke up first thing, and we asked the people from the guest house about a car service. So they set us up and told us the top spots that we have to see, the campus locations. So we're going to check those out now first thing. We're on the way up the mountains now to one of the monasteries, and these views are absolutely stunning. So we're going to check it out and see what's going on. Here's the first look at the monastery from the bottom of the hill, and these mountains are crazy. You can't even see the top of them. Just so much fog and snow-capped mountains, it's insane. Coming up here, climbing the rest of the hill to the monastery that overlooks Kazbegi. All the signage is in Georgian, so I'm not too sure the history or anything else about it, but pretty stunning stuff. Insane. We're gonna go take a look inside and see if we can get any more information on this. Here we are. But look at these mountains. Oh man. Wow. The first English signage is the translation of the Christian belief, or yeah, explaining the belief of, I believe they all are Orthodox in this region, in this town. But yeah, there's some construction going on here. But from up here, you really have a 360-degree view of everything going on up here in the mountains. Down there is where we're staying. From the back, we see the crazy view of these mountains, but it's even more insane from up here. The wind is quite crazy as well. Here's the side. There's some people writing stuff on it, but beautiful side of the monastery. This door entering is like a foot thick. It's the real deal. Back out. That was the inside of the main building here at the monastery. Absolutely gorgeous. Coming back around now to the bottom, you can still see the mountains and the monastery up there, but we're walking down this path that kind of circles the whole thing. Gives you a better view. We just have to avoid all the animal poop on the way. So let's see what there is at the end of this path and the different views it has. Here we are at the end. Beautiful 360 of the mountains across Prayat, and behind us a bigger view of the monastery. It's just incredible views, especially as the sun's coming up. Oh man, it's just surreal. We will walk back to the van now to check out the next destination. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we told them we want to see all the top spots, so I guess that's where we're going. Definitely worth it to check out this monastery though. The views are insane, especially first thing in the morning. We're the only people here, and it's really, really calm and surreal. Just super peaceful. Definitely worth it. But beautiful, beautiful views on the walkout, like always. Back in the van now, going back down the mountain, windy zigzag roads to our next destination. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we're excited to check it out. Crazy, on this drive we go by a bunch of mines that will have two flags showing, the Georgian flag and the Chinese flag. So this region must outsource all the mining to Chinese companies, it looks like, which is pretty crazy and definitely not something that I expected. Our next stop, we're coming in to this deep, crazy valley, going over rivers with crazy cliffs on both sides. I'm not exactly sure what the destination is, but we're just going off our host recommendations, so I bet it's gonna be pretty cool, but kind of a crazy ride getting here. This one might be crazier than the one coming into town, so let's hope that the final destination is worth the ride, the bumpy ride. Get out of the car, the views do not disappoint. Insane mountain views, Georgian flags. Sun's kind of coming out too. Take this little bridge across the river, and yeah, we'll be on our way. I think we're going for a hike. The guy said it would take about an hour, but maybe a little bit longer with stops to take pictures of everything. It's crazy. Insanity getting towards the bottom of this valley. Peaks on all sides. I'm not exactly sure how long the walk's gonna take, the hike. The gentleman driving us, there's a little bit of a language barrier, or a lot of bit of a language barrier, but he just said I think he meant 1 hour, but I'm not really sure where it crosses over the river to come back, or if it does, but I didn't see this. This must be closer to the end. This looks like a hot spring with bubbles coming out of it. There's a lot of no swimming signs. Not that we were really planning on doing that anyway. It's definitely a sulfur bath. It smells like that. Typical smell, but this is crazy. It's like what you see in Iceland. Wow, yeah. Bubbles coming up and a really, really strong smell. Viewing this in the valley, I have to say Georgia's nature is top notch. Just the mountains, the streams, the snow caps, everything is insane, surreal. Crazy mountains, way bigger than the ones back home. It really looks fake almost, standing next to all of it.
Wait, let's cross this bridge.
Insane views from that one. Going back down that same bumpy road. On the way back to the main highway to our next destination. But the nature there, the sulfur baths, everything, is just incredible. I wasn't even too sure about what to expect, but definitely going above and beyond my expectations. Let's just hope we get it out of this road safely and back to the main drag. Made out of that bumpy road, stopped on the way, got a quick cappuccino, a little refuel, but we're back on an equally as sketchy road on the way to our next town. I think this one's a town that we're able to go explore, unlike just pure nature, the stops before, or pure beauty, I guess. But I'm really excited to check it out, just hoping we get there safely down this bumpy road. Just arrived in Juta, more of a remote town. Houses built along the hills. Some smaller ones here. I mean, smaller village, I guess, but crazy views with this rapid river running right through the center of town. The drive-in was insane. Parts of the road blocked with boulders that had fallen during landslides. Here we have an excavator cleaning up some of those boulders, but it's just insanity. Crazy journey getting here, but I'm really excited to check out the way people live in these small towns and see what they got going on. Walking up this hill to the second part of town, just insane how remote this place is and just how the buildings are built. It's like everything's built in the only place they're able to. Weirdly shifted, having rivers running underneath. This one over here, built, looking like its fourth wall is just a massive boulder. It's insanity, like nothing I've ever seen. Beautiful views from the top of town here. One issue, doesn't look like there's a bathroom. So I gotta rush back down the hill, maybe grab some food and use the bathroom. So going back down to the bottom now. Well, I am super interested in how the people here live. It seems like maybe it's lower season right now in November and there's not too many people. Most of these seem like either businesses, and most of the houses seem like they're for tourism, like cabins up on the hill for people that want to come out and experience the nature. But as far as true locals go, I think that population is very small. So we're gonna go into one of the restaurants now and hopefully meet some of the locals and see what else is going on. Yet another situation, having to rush to the bathroom to be met with the Soviet squatty potty, but practice makes perfect. I think I'm getting better at it, and it's the price you pay for going on adventures. So glad no mistakes this time. And back on the adventure, town is still empty. There's two other groups here, but both tourists as well. I see some signs for a cafe and a cafe bar, but both are not open. So I don't know if people come here for a summer location or a winter location, or it's just the down season, or maybe people have moved away into Tbilisi or the bigger cities, but regardless, pretty empty, to say the least. We'll continue walking and see what else is going on. Whew. Climbing up to the top part of town appears to just be people's farms, and I don't want to walk over their crops or plants, so I'm not sure if that's how high the town goes. It doesn't look like there's anything else, so maybe we'll head back down now. But still no sights of people up here, so worth it to check out, but nonetheless, not much to be found. You can see the rest of the town down here. and the mountains above. Beautiful, beautiful Georgia. Officially walking back to the van now, and while walking through the neighborhoods here, no human interaction really, outside of other tourists hiking. So, very unique place, a little crazy. Maybe in a different season, it'll be a lot more lively. But I also noticed not a single market in town, which makes me think for people to get groceries, any sort of food, they have to go and drive down that dangerous road into one of the larger towns on the way here. Just a thought I had, showing how off the grid these towns are. Just talking to the gentleman in the van, he said this is the slow time of year because there's potential for snow, which creates landslides and obviously leads to a little bit more danger. So I don't know if we're quite in the dangerous season yet, 100%, but getting close. So that's why he said it's less popular. I guess the summer would be the top season to visit as far as tourism goes and everything being open. Little traffic jam on the way home. Next stop of the journey, pulled up here on the side of the road in this valley, and there is all of these heads carved into stones. I'm not sure if they're biblical or not. It's about bearded men. I'm not sure if they depict biblical characters or people, but crazy. There's dozens of them all around. They're all huge, taller than me. Insane. Not something you see every day. There's really no explanation here on what these might be, but it's pretty cool to see. Maybe biblical, maybe not. There's no plaques or anything to learn why they might be here, how old they are, or any other information. So all we can do now is sit and admire them. Some of these look a little bit newer, and then some much older. This one's the most unique, with tall, kind of has a body attached to it that not many of the others have.
Cheers, boys.
Just got back from the tour. Amazing day that you definitely need a private tour for, because those roads are something else. Definitely can't rent a car and do it yourself. So the tour is definitely well worth it, and nothing better than being rewarded at the end with some homemade wine, which is pretty amazing stuff. So happy for that. It's around 2 p.m. and we'll have a great rest of the day. See what else this town in Georgia has to offer. So, although the tour finished at around 3 p.m., 2 p.m., that's kind of the end of the day, we noticed. Outside of nature, not too much going on in this town. So you can just sit back, enjoy the many cats and beautiful nature scenery, but otherwise, not too much going on, just food, nature, scenery, everything. But yeah, not too many other activities. So we kind of did our laundry, relaxed, took it all in, and getting ready for our next stops in Georgia and beyond. Boom.